Morning, gang. BA here with the BC Cartel for your weekly market environment update. Before we get started, I have to remind you we are not financial advisors, cannot offer financial advice, and crypto investing is extremely risky. You can lose everything you put in. So, with that being said, let's get started. Hey, I know everybody's wondering what is up with this market. I mean, we're in December for the stock market, typically one of the most bullish times of the year. Going back for as long as you have data. Why is Bitcoin and the crypto markets just continually dumping? Well, I've said this for a very long time. Expect 30% and greater pullbacks in Bitcoin all the way to the top. It's where we're at right now, simply. I think we've gone down as much as 37, 38% or so, depending on which exchange you measure that. And just understand, when Bitcoin dumps 30 to 40%, all the altcoins, which is everything else, is going to go down 50, 75, 80%. Even in a bull market. That's just the way it happens. So it's currently where we're at. I'm not worried at all. In another video, I'll talk about some of the coins I'm looking at to add to in this environment for longer term holds. All right, so let's go ahead and let me see if I can get my pointer up here. Yeah, there we go. All right, long term, I am bullish, and I'm talking 5 to 10 years out. Reason is that fact adoption is taking place faster than any other technology to date, faster than the internet. There's a lot of firms that have measured this and have shown that the adoption is just coming along in leaps and bounds. And if any of you saw any of the testimonies this past week in Congress, man, those folks are really tuned in. Half are tuned in, half are tuned out. So, adoption is taking place really fast. That's why I'm bullish long term. Next 3 to 6 months, I'm bullish. I'm targeting that 107 to 140 range in Bitcoin. And then I've said it before, 30% pullbacks and greater, all the way to the top is expected. The current market environment is bearish. So we're in the middle and the throes of this 30% or greater pullback right now. So what to do for trading? I'm waiting for bullish confirmations before I start pulling the trigger on short-term trades. For long-term hodling, I'm accumulating. All right. Okay, just a quick glimpse of the S-curve of adoption. So I believe we're somewhere in here based on all the data I've looked at, and that means better days are ahead of us. We are not going to see the end of 30, 50, and 70% pullbacks. Just get that out of your mind right now. This is just normal market behavior. So again, I believe we're somewhere in this S-curve. My own opinion based on data I've seen. Let's take a look at the halvings, because this crypto markets have been extremely sensitive to the 4 years halving cycle, 4 years plus or minus a little bit, in Bitcoin. So what I have here is these vertical lines mark the dates of when the halvings took place, previous halvings. Cycle tops are on top. Now, what's interesting is this cycle top from the halving extended. So I just took this arrow, it's slightly longer than this one, same amount of bars, and put it up here, and look where it called the top to the T. The normal cycle, everybody was looking for December to be the top. I think, my opinion, it's faking everybody out right here. And, it may take a little bit of time to resolve, but anyway, that's pretty eerie right there how that plays out. So we got cycle bottoms. These are all the same length arrows. So, and these bottoms are absolutely within 1 month of each other. So if this cycle top gets extended, I can take the as some projections how much longer this cycle top took to play out, and then we can extend that cycle bottom out as well, just to make some wild ass guesses. That's what we're doing. Put some context around the cyclical movement. All right, so that's the halvings. All right, here's what I'm playing for as a trader. All previous tops in Bitcoin going back to the beginning occurred up in the logarithmic curve. So in this red area of the band. Also, the tops were in between the stock to flow model floor type of indicator and the in the upper band. So you can see here it kissed the upper band here. The other halvings were the same way and came back down, and then we got into the bear market right in there. All right, so now we're back up again. We're hanging out inside the center area right here of the curve. You can see, if you were to really scrunch this down on the chart, you'd see the curve it went up from the beginning of Bitcoin, and now it's starting to flatten out. And that's why, theoretically, my opinion, we could be extending the cycle top, but I'm playing for it to get up in here. Now, the upper red band has already increased since the last time I saw you. The more time we spend going forward, the more this band will increase. So again, I'm playing for that. It's actually about 110 right now. Last time I showed you this, the lower part of that band was 107. So we've got that 107 for me, the sweet spot there, in about 135. So that's where I will probably start taking profits. And then if I miss it, I'll just go back to trading the markets to try to catch the rest of the up move. Okay? All right, here's a daily. Let me go back. This is a weekly time frame here. It just, I didn't mark the chart, but that's what we're looking at here. Now let's go down. We're going from macro to micro. Here we got the daily time frame. This is Bitcoin futures with my trend indicators and just a couple of simple moving averages. So when we're in a strong bull mode, bright green, change of trend, potentially yellow. You see here yellow, dark red, and then we actually got to bright red. When you get to bright red and you get below these moving averages, you can expect lower prices. This day right here, I put a video out and said, hey, you know, as long as we're under those moving averages, the market is susceptible to further downside. And bam, two days later, we got a big flush to the downside. The same goes true right here. We're still way under the moving averages. We actually have a cross, shorter term over longer term. So as long as we're bright red, as long as the momentum are bright red, it's still susceptible to some downside activity. I mean, I know nobody wants to hear that, but it is. All right, so that's the daily time frame with our momentum indicators and our trend indicator up there, all confirming that we're not out of the works yet. Now, what would it take to get out of the works? The mess that we're in right now, it would take Bitcoin. If we go down to this other chart, this is on TradingView, this is on Thinkorswim. The TradingView chart here just has the basic daily bar charts on it, nothing else on it except you see these protrusions from the chart. That's volume nodes. We are setting currently today right on a high volume node. That's why it's consolidating here, determining whether it wants, whether it's accepting this or whether it's going to push away and their buyers are going to come in and drive it out of that node and then create higher nodes as we move forward. You can see here, large node, this bright line that puts out, this is the highest node in that in this time frame that we're looking at. And you can see where what Bitcoin did that whole time, consolidated right around that volume node until it pushed higher and created this next level, which was this area, and now it's catching it. So a lot of buying taking place, a lot of buyers, I should say, in that area, keeping that price in that range. All right, so it's going to take Bitcoin on a daily basis closing above 52,166, right above that high, and a close above that, and I'd say we're back in business again to the upside. Next thing would be to close above this downward sloping trend line, and a bull market is in full mode back to the upside once again. All right, So I think that is all I need to mention here about market environment. And of course, here is our narrative. We believe that legacy markets are dying, Bitcoin will outperform, and that we can select low cap crypto gems that will completely trounce Bitcoin returns. That's what I am aiming to prove with a couple of portfolios I'm trading. And that concludes the market environment update for today. This is BA Saturday, the 11th of December 2021, signing off.